Sometimes, guys, there are people out there that actually are more beautiful when they just woke up. May mga ganong tao, yung kagigising lang, pero ang ganda nila. Di ba? Nakakatuwa, di ba? Kung pwede lang, lagi na lang silang gumising ganun. Mas maganda pa sila pag bagong gising. Kaysa pag hindi natutulog. Lucky them. I ain't one of them. From time to time, oh, 'di ba? Kahit ako na lang ha, ako na lang magsabi no. Ayan, it's very important guys that sometimes you praise yourself silently on your own time. It kind of like lift up your confidence level. Sometimes I would wake up in the morning and I feel really really good about myself. Another thing of love is self-love. You have to have that self-love and don't even start me with the self-love and in denial, not to the point where you become in denial of the things that are happening around you. It's just like self-love for me. Sometimes I would look in the mirror and tell how beautiful I am. O, diba? Look at it lang. Siyempre maganda ako. Siyempre mamila akong
Minasan, konnichiwa, I'm Heisey.
Come talk to us and share your American insights about what is Christmas in there looks like. My niece opens her presents with my mother. Then we have some family over and kind of hang out most of the day being lazy and spending day drinking hot chocolate and eating breakfast food. Oh, that's kind of nice. Let's talk about old days Christmas in Philippines so other can learn something. Please welcome guys ang nag-iisang Sir Pinoy Galaan.
Mamamas ko po, Ninang.
So how about you, Sir Galaan? How do you spend Christmas? Not in the Philippines, but in Turkey. How do you spend Christmas in Turkey?
I don't know how to say, but normally I love to celebrate Christmas. Just to remember those days when we were a child. When you're growing up and it's like you become busy with your with your life, career, and everything, you forget. But Christmas has been always a part of my heart as a child, not as not now as an adult. Because if you don't know, guys, if we have here people from another countries, kids those days, they are always waiting for this season. In Philippines, we start Christmas from the start of the month of September onwards at the end of February. But here in Turkey, I have a little bit this spirit. I bought a last year. Finally, I was able to have my own Christmas tree and put some decoration. And me and my wife, I normally prepare some special food for dinner.
In Japan, I think, Christmas is really for kids. I think that's one of the things, Christmas is always going to be for kids because I think the most spend, like the most financial, lowest financial of my year is Christmas. Especially if you have kids, guys. It's always going to be Christmas because that's where the time you're gonna have to like buy them something, like something nice. And the thing is, I think I also brought that with my mother. My mom, when it's gonna be Christmas, she's always going to lock the doors. Like no one's can enter the room. It's just gonna be all day just wrapping presents. And then in the morning of the 25th, that's where I'm going to be the MC and I'm going to, give away the presents of everyone, like to, from, and stuff like that. That's always going kind of like our tradition in the Philippines when I was growing up. So I kind of brought it in Japan. But at the same time, it's almost like every year now, it's almost like different because I'm multicultural now. So it's going to be like one thing, it's going to be this one. But the gift, the presents, always been there. And then we do like solstice, like 21st, it's solstice day. So they can actually, like open a present, like one present to the multiple presents they have. They can choose one and then they can open it. And then the rest would be on the 25th of the morning. So they would wake up. So how about you? Do you have anything special for your wife?
No, not really. But we share the same thing, like the most special thing, love, the kindness, the romance. I really, yeah, just what you said earlier. I do agree that Christmas is mostly for kids. I remember at the shopping mall yesterday. I don't know where they're coming from, but I believe they are not from here. They are somewhere from Europe. And the child just said, although they speak in Turkish, uh, she would like to buy some gifts for their neighbors. So I realized that, like, really, it's a kindness. It's the sharing of love.
That's kind of like one of the things that I really like about Christmas is that everyone becomes selfless. It's all
Mhm.
about giving rather than
All about
receiving.
giving.
Pero meron pa ring iba, 'di ba? Nag-expect. Do you expect anything when it's Christmas? Like even like, not now, but as a kid growing up, or is
Yes.
there any part of your life that you expect something on Christmas and then you received it?
Back when I was a child, I'm expecting something from my mom, and normally it is not like always as usual. Although always my mom prepared something for us for Christmas, and at this time when I tell my sister that I want to have a new shirts for this new year, because normally those days we always got leftover things from our cousins or relatives, and and that time when I'm on my high school years, getting this kind of feelings, you want to have something new. So yeah, this time, yes, I did get received, and it was a lot of surprise for me because it's not usual, but my mom did effort for that because I'm the only son.
In Japan, usually they don't have. I think now they're catching up to that Western, the Catholic or the Christian way of Christmas. But back in the day, they didn't have that. I have a half brother. This one time he spends Christmas with us. And because we know that he's going to spend his Christmas with us, we kind of like give a gift like under our small Christmas tree. Apartment here in Japan is very small. So you cannot have those big, Christmas tree. So we have this small Christmas tree, and then around it is a lot of gifts. So we kind of like surprise him with a gift, but for himself. And it's almost like he's teary eyed because he said he never, ever, ever, ever had that feeling. He never had that kind of thing. And I felt sorry for him because it's like it actually opens me up that there are actual kids out there. There's actually, like people out there that doesn't feel this. And this is not just about giving gifts, but it's about you giving them without expecting anything from return.
Yeah.
And that's another form of love. And the moment I felt that, it really kind of breaks my heart. We grew up as half. We're both half, but at the same time, like you also kind of grew up in the Philippines in a kind of shorter moment, not like me, but at the same time, it just felt really wrong that he doesn't have that kind of. So if you have kids, guys, it doesn't matter how much it is, find something, kind of give them something a little bit. If you're a parent, you don't have money, you can think of something, do that, guys, for the kids, mentality. Watching
My
Christmas movies all day is something our does all day on Christmas as well. Regardless of where it's from, do you guys have any favorite Christmas movies? Ikaw, Sir Galan, is there any go-to movie para sa'yo?
Yes, inside the house. Actually, from the start of November, we subscribe a channel which we always watch old movies about Christmas, mostly from Western countries and some of like yeah, very old Christmas movies. So yeah, and it's at the spirit. Here, the lifestyle that we had is very different. Although this place or this country, people are very open-minded. Yeah, at the streets there are a lot of Christmas trees, and it's like yeah, you will feel the spirit, but it's different.
So is there anything that every year you kind of like, this is the movie that I want to watch when it's Christmas Day?
There is a movie, if you remember, Home Alone. There are
Yeah,
quite
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there are
My kids actually would always
yeah,
do that, the face. They would always do that as a
yeah,
kid. And then they would like shout. I would watch that all year and then I make them watch that. And then Die Hard, I think, is one of them. Die Hard. Kind of like it became like a tradition. Sometimes I kind of watch Die Hard movies.
yeah.
There's one, two, stuff like that. We do watch that. And sometimes, like there are a couple of kind of darkish Christmas movies that I watch. But Home Alone is funny. Yes, it's
Yeah, it's
definitely.
true.
I was thinking like as a kid, I would travel. I would always kind of like feel that. Especially there are one time actually, my dad wasn't home for like a week, and I was like 14 or 15, and I'm alone in the apartment by myself on Christmas time. My mom was so angry. So I felt that was actually one of the movies that I kind of like really related with me, because I felt that's one of the things that made make me company on those time. The one about the kid who wants a Red Ryder BB gun movie. What was that? What was the title of the movie? In Turkey, I know it's not Christian, right? Is
Yeah.
there some part of you that felt like, because I know like you're also like me, you're religious in a way, but you're not practicing it as much, right? Oh, but we're not going to talk about religion, guys. What is one thing that Catholicism or Christianity about Christmas that still up to this day is like deep rooted? Yung talagang hindi na natanggal talaga sa katawan mo. Kahit ano pang gawin mo, nagpapasalamat ka na galing ka dun. Is there anything of that sort?
Yes, of course. I was once a Christian or Catholic. So, of course, I grew up as a Catholic and Christian back those days when we're young. So even now, I changed my fate. I still have these feelings that every time when the 25th of the month is coming, although it's not real that Christ was born on 25th because it's not winter time when he was born, but the feelings, the faith, the faith, like because we were taught, we were educated, although it was wrong, but we believe on it and we do practice, right? Sorry sa mga Kristiyano ko dyan ha, pero hindi naman talaga winter time ipinanganak siya. 'Di ba? So yun. So I still have this feeling until this time. I can say part of my heart and belief as a human being, no matter which faith I'm coming from, because this is where I was brought into this place, the whole family.
And Service Survivor, we'd always go church Christmas morning or mass. I do miss like yung simbang gabi, 'di ba? Like morning mass. I do sometimes. Like the feeling. I know the feeling. Because there's a feeling when you get inside the church. There's this feeling of something. But as of late, because the last time I was in the church is not really nice. It wasn't a nice time. So I don't know. Maybe one day when I come back to the Philippines, maybe I would visit a church again. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh, diba? Ayan. And add me pa cherry, 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 cherry. I love that.